This is week 34 practice quiz problem 4, and this is probably the trickiest problem yet. It's a cylinder problem, but it's a cylinder with a hole taken out of it. So when we have to find the surface area, we need to find the area of all the faces showing, which includes that face on the outside, that outer rectangle, but it also includes the inner face, that inner rectangle too. So let's start with our DCA, and then we'll figure out what all these faces look like. Do you notice that there's 2 circles this time? So I'm going to do RDCA twice. There's a big circle and there's a little circle. Let's start with the big circle. What am I given? Diameter. Diameter's 10. So half of that's the radius, that's 5. Circumference is 10 pi, and then area is radius squared pi, 5 squared pi. Now let's move on to the little circle. This time I gave you the radius, 4. Diameter is double that, so 8. Circumference is 8 pi, and then the area is 4 squared pi, 16 pi. All right, how do we draw all these faces? Well, I already mentioned the inner and the outer rectangle, so let's draw 2 rectangles. And then the part that's actually the weirdest is the top and bottom. You end up with this circle, but then there's that hole taken out of it, so you get like 2 bullseye looking faces. So let's start with those. It's we have a circle with a hole taken out of it. So what we really want to do is we want to take the big circle and then take away the little circle, and then we'll be left with that outer ring disc looking shape. So we actually want to go 25 pi minus 16 pi, which is 9 pi. So both of those discs, rings, are 9 pi. So that's the top and the bottom. And then what do we have for the rectangle? Well, the height of both rectangles, if you were to pick that cylinder up and put it on its bases, the height of both of those rectangles is 15. The inner rectangle, we have, remember we use the circumference when we unwrap a cylinder. So for the inner rectangle, that's the smaller circle, we'll use 8 pi. And then for the outer rectangle, that's the bigger circle, we'll use 10 pi. And then we'll find both of those areas. So 15 times 8 pi is 120 pi. And then 15 times 10 pi is 150 pi. So when we go to find the total surface area, we need to add up all those faces. We have the top and the bottom, those ring looking shapes. So 9 pi plus 9 pi. And then we have that outer rectangle, which is 150 pi, plus the inner rectangle, which is 120 pi. So let's see what that is all together. 120 plus 150 plus 9 is 288. So the total surface area is 288 pi units squared.